IGN just released an extended gameplay look at Moon Studios' No Rest for the Wicked. And I'm gonna be honest, the game looks absolutely amazing, but it's really not what I was expecting. This is mainly due to the fact that I went into this thinking it was going to be a action RPG, much like we see with Diablo, Path of Exile, and Last Epoch. However, this seems to be an entirely different beast altogether. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing. So I have some positives and some concerns to talk about with this footage. But let's kick things off with the positives. The atmosphere in this game is truly stunning. Just look at some of these lighting effects as you see waves of moonlight flow across the environment, or how it shines through some of the windows in a stone wall. And it's not just incredible art style and great lighting that make up this atmosphere, but the audio in the game is top notch. It feels as if the world is actually alive. Just listen to this footage. It really does feel like you're in a live, breathing world. And it's not just the environment that has these incredible audio sounds. The sound effects from the combat are simply amazing. The slashing, the clanging really puts on display the type of weight that is behind each blow in the game. I'm really not a fan of games that have weightless or floaty combat, so I'm happy to see that No Rest for the Wicked definitely packs a punch. However, let's talk about something else the combat's doing that I think is kind of interesting. It appears that with every attack, the player is building up this power meter that's right above their health bar, which will eventually allow the character to do a dashing attack that does a ton of damage. It almost looks like some sort of ultimate or special move. However, unlike other ARPGs that put these type of moves on a timer, it seems this one is built into the actual combat system, which is pretty interesting because I feel like this is something that's more from a strictly pure action game instead of an action role-playing game. The devs have stated that they want more of a focus on meaningful combat, so it definitely feels like this will be a part of that. Which could be pretty interesting because it means player input and paying attention to every combat scenario and actually being an engaging system could be quite a lot of fun instead of that sort of mindless, zoomy, nuking entire screens with one ability that we see in a lot of these popular ARPGs. It definitely seems that Moon Beast is not scared to break away from the traditional norms of this genre. In fact, even the way you traverse the world is definitely different than what you see in Path of Exile or a Diablo type of game. Your character can actually jump. There's parts in the footage where you see the player jump onto a wagon and then up onto a wall, or simply jump off the edge and land back onto the ground. It appears you could kind of jump around wherever you want and you're not limited in certain sections for the jumping prompt icon to appear. In fact, jumping is not the only thing the game has to offer. You could actually swim. And I mean really swim, with full-on swimming animations. I hope this opens up the world for a ton of secret locations for you to discover. I mean, in the IGN footage at the beginning, you see a door that requires a key. So I'm sure there will be options to revisit older locations and discover new areas within them. Though I am interested to see, is this going to be sort of an open world type of game? Or is it going to be more of the Metroidvania experience in an isometric view? Moon Studios does have a lot of experience with the Metroidvania genre with the Ori games, so I'd be interested if they use that experience and level design in this new camera view in this new genre. Plus, it would be insane if you're able to discover tons of secret bosses. Exploring the world of Grim Dawn and discovering all these secret areas that lead to secret bosses really did add a ton of fun to the game's exploration, which is something a lot of modern day ARPGs lack. Let's face it, Diablo 4 and Path of Exile really don't have any secret areas to discover. Now, while the world, the animations, the atmosphere, the audio, and the weight of the combat all seem incredible, I do have some concerns about the footage that was shown. Let's start with the combat. While I think it sounds amazing, and I love the fact that it appears that player skill will be a large part of the game, I'm really unsure how the system is going to work. For starters, it appears the game's main focus is building up some sort of power meter bar. Every time the character attacked an enemy, he built points into maxing this bar out. And once the power meter bar was full, the player was able to unleash a devastating dash attack. However, if you look, that dash move, while doing a ton of damage, basically wiped out the entire bar. So it has me wondering, what is there to offer in this game when it comes to actual skills and abilities? Are we going to be able to chain them together? For example, can we leap slam into an enemy, throw down some sort of Warcry buff, and then hit them with a powerful attack? Or is the game going to focus on more basic combos as we bob and weave and parry our way through different enemies until we build up this power meter? Now, I want to point out that they did show some sort of charge attacks that did not take away from the meter, so maybe the melee system is just purely combo focused and more in line of what we see in a traditional action game instead of a game that's more of a hack and slash title like Diablo or Last Epoch. And on top of that, it leaves me wondering, if this is a combo system when it comes to melee attacks, how are spellcasters going to work in No Rest for the Wicked? Does the game even have spellcasters? If you're a mage, do you have to use generic fireballs to build up your meter to unleash a meteor blast of some sorts? I really have no idea. As it appears, it seems the system's more based on this power meter and a stamina bar, which is something we see out of Dark Souls or Elden Ring, not necessarily in ARPG. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, I'm just saying I have concerns of what it will be like long term for this type of genre. Though the combat is not my only concern. If you look at the experience the game has, it seems slightly off. For example, in this clip, the character is fighting what appears to be a basic enemy, and they go into the fight with 2 experience points. But after slaying the monster, their experience jumps to 71 points. So they gained 69 points of experience for beating what appears to be a basic enemy. But when fighting the boss, they begin the battle at 87 experience points. But after slaying the boss, it only jumps up to 155. Which means they got 68 points of experience for beating a boss, which makes no sense. Why do you get less experience points for destroying the boss than you did a regular normal enemy? I think that needs some sort of tweaking, and if that's not the experience bar, then I really do not know what it is. But no matter what it is, the boss should give more points in filling that bar up than a normal enemy would. But I want to be very clear, I think the game looks absolutely incredible. I really cannot wait to play it, and it's something I look forward to learning more about on March 1st. Hopefully they could show off other aspects to the game, such as itemization, classes, and explain how the leveling and combat systems really do work in this title. But I would love to hear what you all think. Are you guys excited about this upcoming action RPG? What did you think of the gameplay shown for No Rest for the Wicked? Let me know your overall thoughts in the comments down below. By the way, if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm going to get back to the grind and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.